All right, so the topics today, how to find clients, right? And y'all can watch me put together. So I finally decided on putting together a singles cruise. Everybody keep asking me when I'm gonna put the cruise together. I got a lot of inquiries and stuff like that. So I finally figure out what I wanted to do. Um, and I'm gonna make it very simple, and I'll probably add on to it as the clientele grows. So when you're trying to find clients, first topic, you get a lot of people, how do I find clients or the clients sent to me, whatever, whatever. So the first thing I would suggest anybody do is to post up on your Facebook. I can't tell you enough that the more posts you make about travel, the more clients will reach out to you. Um, and I can tell you how I got my first group of clients is by putting my first group cruise together. Now, you don't need to have clients to put a cruise together. You just need to have crews to advertise. So think of a theme. Think of anything that people would be interested to go to. You can make it around a holiday. You can make it whatever you want to put it to. You can do a girls trip. You could do, single ladies. You can do any type of cruise and advertise it. Even if you don't get people to come to it, you still got people inquiring about it. And then the next question becomes, well, what else can you do? Right? So that's how I got my first group of clients. With them, some went on a cruise, some didn't go on a cruise, but they wanted to know what else I could do, right? Or when's my next cruise? So I've been having people post up on my Facebook page, which I don't know why, asking about my next cruise. So I was like, okay, well, I'm missing out on some money. So I need to put together a cruise. So I decided to do a singles cruise. I don't know if y'all been watching my Facebook page. Maybe about a month ago, I put up and said, hey, will anybody be interested in a singles cruise? Man, that post went crazy, right? So I got a lot of inquiries off of that. And you could do the same thing. Like, will anybody be interested in this? Come up with a cruise as Facebook and see how many inquiries you get. That's your first group of clients because you took your cold market and you turned it warm because now people are inquiring about what you do. So, um, and also, I also showed you on the previous training. Hold on, I gotta share my screen. Okay. I also showed you on the previous training what I do when I'm talking to people on Facebook. I look for people in my area, and I'm gonna do it this quickly because this actually was done in a previous training. If you need it, I can send it to you. Oh, I have my own Facebook channel. I mean, my own YouTube channel as well. So if you want to subscribe to that, all the trainings we do are actually on there. Well, that's Indianapolis. I probably spelled it wrong. But I found out what's going on in the area, Indianapolis. Find something interesting. Um, ooh, Indiana dating with friends. See, this has 2,000 members. I'm in the groups. So, I need events. So what's going on? Right. So, that's interesting for those destination wedding specialists. I will go in here and start friending people. Actually, I'm gonna do that. So I'll go in here and I'll look at people and I'll just start adding people to my Facebook. Right. All these people are already interested. Let's see. No, I'm not just addressing any friends for her. Let me start adding people. And then once they accept my friend request, I'll go to my friends. Go to recently added. All these new people. I will go and introduce myself. He just joined the business. I don't think I talked to Jennifer yet. So I'll say something like, hey, hold on. Okay. Let me find somebody who I haven't talked to yet. Okay, he's in New York. I don't know why I was prospecting New York, but let me get somebody in Indiana. What is this? Try to find a good one. And this is literally what I do. I just go, I'll just talk to people. Oh, Indiana. There we go. I say, hey, Kathy. I use their first name always. I use their first name, personalize it. Hey, Kathy. My name is Chase. Don't tell nobody my full name. My name is Jason Layton. I am a local travel agent in the Indianapolis area. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Okay, I'm a local Indianapolis, local travel agent in Indianapolis area. Just wanted to reach out and introduce myself. And that's what I do. For all the new people that accepted my friend request, I go through. I actually copy and paste, and I just change their first name to personalize it, introduce myself. Some will say, hey, thank you for reaching out. Some will be like, hey, well, I've been looking for a travel agent. Or some will just ignore me, which is fine. It's all good because sometimes people just want to watch your Facebook page for a little bit. You know how much business I got from people just watching my Facebook page. And then people are waiting on me. So, I do Facebook events. So, and I didn't even boost this one. And just by putting an event out there, I got events looking at 367 people, and I didn't even do anything to it yet. So, people are watching what you do on Facebook. But I digress. So, Carnival. I'm putting together a singles cruise. You can join in. If you want to get on the same ship and advertise the same thing I do, you're welcome to do that. That's all on you. I'm gonna make mine a little bit simple. I'm gonna add some things to it, but this is really just the basic group cruise, right? So I already sort of kind of did some of my research, but the website is goccl.com. If you're not registered, get registered with them. And you're going to go to booking, and you're going to do a group booking. And here you have all different types of options. I'm looking for next year, spring break. Spring break usually starts around this time. The group type I always do an Oprah promotion. The ship I'm not sure on, but I definitely want it coming out of Florida. So I got 669, and I could do an Eastern Caribbean Carnival Conquest. Okay, let's see what we got. So this is price per person, not bad pricing. 6 days, starting March 10th, which is not bad. Let's learn about the ship. We're taking beautiful award-winning stations, swanky clubs and lounges. Okay, that sounds interesting. So you go ahead, select. I might do some more research. So this is where we have the access to put cabins on hold. Um, just go ahead and request how many cabins you have. You have balcony, ocean view, and interior. You know, the interior cabins are the smaller ones. Of course, they're the cheaper ones. The balcony are a little bit bigger, and of course, the ones with the ocean view are a little bit bigger, and the balcony and the suites are the biggest ones. As you can see, as the price increases. So I have option to request up to 32 cabins. So I get some. Oh, also, what I normally do, you see this category type. Um, A through 4 are the levels, and then the alphabet is a section of the ship. So what you can do is Google the ship and see, Google the layout of the ship, and actually see where the cabins are placed on the ship, so you know exactly what you're requesting, right? So I'll do a couple of this is just an example. I'm gonna do some interior. I'm gonna do some ocean view because I'm really gonna promote the ocean view. I'll do 10 of those, and I'll get a couple balcony. I make and I do 40s. Well, I posted a total of 8, 18, 23 cabins. I give it a group name, and I'm gonna call it Singles Cruise. These fun points I'm gonna go about in the next page. Um, you can see it. And this kind of gives you just the detail of everything you just requested. It's the Eastern Caribbean. They give you your itinerary, everything. So it's from Sunday to Saturday. You're going to the Bahamas, Grand Turk, Dominican Republic. Um, they give you the times and everything. So I'll do that. I'll click yes, and I'll confirm booking. Okay. So let's talk about these fun points. Then you go to the modify booking, modify amenities. So I have 4 fun points I can use to customize my trip. You can request for more. Um, it's really up to you. Since I'm doing this a singles cruise, I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do a shared cocktail party, which is basically a 1 hour open bar for everybody in my group. I'm gonna do. Uh, what else I want to do? I might do no, I won't do that. Let's do some. Let's get a bottle of white and red wine, and I got one more point to use, and I'll use it. Let's give everybody a Carnival tote bag. So you can customize however you want. You can do onboard credit. That's what OPC stands for. I'm doing a cocktail party. Um, Depending on how many people, you can actually have your own open bar party, but you got to have up to 50 cabins booked, right? Right now, I have any cabins booked. I have them requested. But once I get 50 cabins, then I can upgrade it and I can move some things around and really customize it. So this is just like the basics of what I'm doing to it. Let's save and continue. So every room, everybody that books with me will get all this. We'll get red wine, white wine, they get a tote bag, and they get to come to my cocktail party, right? What I normally do, I usually print out the report, statement of report. This is just for my record. This has the booking number, and it has all the information about your trip, the itinerary, the cabin break, the price breakdown. It has the payment. So there's a payment of $25 per person due July, which is more than enough time, July 30th. You can actually move these dates. Since this is next year, you can actually call Carnival and they will push these dates out for you. For $25 per person, I usually collect 50 per person, just so it covers everything. Then it has cancellation guidelines. If they cancel, they receive this money back, and then the full penalty. But it gives you all the details about your trip. But the most important, if I book all 35 cabins, uh, this will give you your commission. So I make about $3,000 in commission. And that was only, 20 something cabins or something like that. So I'm trying to go for 50 or more.
The question box.
But that's the type of commission you could be looking at.
Jay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't see anything on the screen. Is anybody else not seeing anything, or everybody sees something? I'm the only one down. Oh, now I see it. Cause I didn't see any of that stuff you were talking about before.
Okay, can you see now?
Yes, thank you so very kindly.
Okay. So it gives you the whole detailed breakdown of everything on your cruise. I don't send this out to guests. This is just for my records and stuff like that. If you have a PDF tool, you can hide some things and you can send it out. I don't ever send out the booking number. This is my preference, and I definitely don't send out my commission. But it's some good information you can share with them. The port fees and everything. Here it is right here in the middle. So you just add up each line, and that would be the port fees per person. Because they always ask, what are the taxes and stuff like that. It's right there for you, right per person.
Okay, Jay, I do not see that.
Okay, hold on. Can you see my screen? I might be moving too fast.
I think you're moving too fast. All I see is the group booking display.
How about that?
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So this right here, per guest charge, customs, fee amount, tax and port fees. You basically add up each line, and that would be the port fees per person. So if they ever ask, okay, well, how much is the total trip? You would take these fees on top of what it is per cabin, which was like $375 per person. It'll be the port fees plus this per person. So however you do that. When I do my flyer, which we'll go through shortly, I always put, port fees and taxes not included. But you always get people to come back to was like, well, how much are the port fees and everything? And you need to know that. You don't want to be without information. Right. So,
Real quick, does it show you what the gratuities are?
no. So the gratuities, no.
Okay.
I don't think it does. Taxes, custom fee amount, cruise on immigration taxes, it does not. It tells you your gross amount, your commission, and how much the total trip is. I don't think gratuities, bonus commission, no. So that's a detailed statement. Oops. So what I would do, hold on. So what I do with that information, and like everybody has their own thing. Some people like to create their own flyers. I should have wrote that down. I'll get back to it. This is where I get all my marketing material done. Y'all know y'all hear me talk about it all the time. But it's Fiverr.com. This is where I got my logo done. This is where I get my flyers done. This is where I get any marketing material. They do videos, they do websites, they do whatever you want. It's basically just a site to where you have other people marketing themselves for their services. So you get to choose whatever you want. So I'm gonna do graphic designs. I am looking for flyers. And the type of flyer I'm looking for, I want something to pop because I want it to. Yeah, okay. Oops. All right, we'll just do that. So I'm looking for a type of flyer like this. I'm looking for an event for like a club flyer. I'm attracting a certain group of people, or something like this. You see how it just pops? And they charge $15. This one charged 10. So I'm gonna go to the $10 one. But they have examples for you to look at. And the prices range. You can find somebody that does it for $5. You can find somebody to do it for $100. Look, you got somebody doing it for $45. But it's just different people advertising their services. The me, I like the cheaper one, and they give you three revisions. So if you don't like the first one they put together, they'll revise it up to 3 times. So I'm gonna do the basic because I'm cheap. He'll have it done in 3 days. And these are some of his examples. Yeah. So that's the type of flyer I'm looking for. And I'm gonna put my logo on. I'm gonna submit all the information I want to put on there. And then eventually it'll come out looking like you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So it'll come out looking like that. And I have more information on the back. I don't know why I didn't put that on the site. But I wanted to look a certain way. Like I had a cocktail party, I had the champagne and for all the guests. This is the last cruise. It's been a while. The last group cruise, custom group cruise I did was vacation. I did the same thing with the Fever. I submitted all the information. I made sure my logo was at the bottom. Destination Reserve Vacations is my company. And let's put all my information on there. And he submitted it. I actually printed out some copies. I passed some out. And I also added it to my website. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change his flyer and change his information and start promoting my next cruise. But this is how I found my first group of clients. Those who didn't go on this cruise end up booking travel with me in the future because they knew I was a travel agent. And then people know from my posts on Facebook that anytime somebody's looking for a travel agent in the area, they always tag my name. And that's one of the key things. You don't want to be, a secret travel agent. We're a word of mouth. That's how you grow your business. So you definitely want to continue to post on your Facebook something about travel. Travel tips are good, but I suggest you just put yourself together a cruise for next year and start advertising now. Get the flyer, put the flyer up on Facebook, ask people to share it on their Facebook. You can tag people in it so it shows up on their Facebook. But you'll start getting people inquiring about your cruise and also about what you do. So I'm going to finish this up. because like I said, I'm gonna put together a singles cruise because everybody keep asking me about it. I just had to change a couple of things, or do a little bit more research and make sure this is the best cruise ship for what I'm trying to do. But if you have any questions, it's question and answer time. Very short and simple.
I have a question, Jay.
Who's that?
Ladonna.
Okay, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So say you go out there and you pick like 40 cabins, but you don't sell all 40 cabins. What happens?
So you can release cabins. So up until you collect the first payment, you can release the cabins you haven't had.
That one what?
As long as you have 7 cabins,
Let me mute my phone.
considered a group cruise.
Give me one.
So long as you have 7 cabins, money for 7 cabins, you can keep your booking open, and then you can just release the cabins you don't need anymore.
Okay. And then how do you, and I know you say like post about travel, but I've also been asked or kind of told it would be nice if you had like pictures. How do you go about finding like the pictures of the ship, the things that are going on a ship, and post those as well on your Facebook page?
So like you want to find out like what's going on at Carnival?
So like posting like a picture of the water, posting pictures of like the Carnival Conquest, the restaurant,
Google.
different things on the ship.
Google. Google is your best friend.
Okay.
I Google everything. If you didn't know that, I Google everything.
So you Google the pictures and then you take the pictures and put those pictures on your Facebook page?
Yep. So
okay.
Carnival. You go to images. I mean, it's all types of different pictures. But if you want to find a Pacific picture, Carnival cruise, what was the cruise ship?
You just had the Conquest.
I guess that's the deck area. But you
can I add something, Jay?
Okay.
Did you say yes?
Go ahead, MJ.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear you. Also, when you go in the back in your education tabs, when you're looking, they actually have pictures of everything that's on a particular ship. You have to put the ship in, you pick from the ship, and if you click restaurants, all the restaurants will come up. If you click interior, and so you can get photos that way. And they even have a template for the flyers, but they're nothing like the flyer like Jay's flyer that he's gonna get done. It's gonna be pop and be super sweet. They just have a Carnival flyer that you can kind of put your information in and get it that way. But if you're looking for pictures, you can Google them like Jay did, or you can get them from oncarnival.com or Norwegian.com.
Yeah, so
thank you.
You're welcome.
Flyers are, I don't know.
You know, I'll be computer savvy.
And they're there for you to use. They're downloadable and everything. They're there for you. Their Carnival logo, everything is there for you. They have provided everything for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
But they look similar to this. Like they'll have the details. I don't know. It's a little pain to me. I'm looking to attract a certain type of crowd, so that's why I'm going to do what
Your voice kind of went low, Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Hold on. How's that? Is that better?
It's a lot better. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I had to put my headset on. Yeah, so I I'm trying to attract a certain crowd. So I'm creating a certain flyer. But to me, Carnival's flyers are a little boring, but it's straight to the facts, it's straight to the details, and it has their logo on it. But I teach to brand yourself first before you brand anybody else. So that's what I always teach. I always tell you to create your logo and brand yourself. Actually grow your business, not somebody else's. But good question, though. You have any more questions? Yes,
Jay,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
this is Dawn.
Hey,
What?
Dawn.
Hi.
How
What
are you?
website? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And this is excellent, by the way.
Thank
What
you.
website company do you use for your website? I'm in the midst of getting ready to brand myself.
Okay, so you can go to Fever.com and they create a website for you. Or I got a guy. We could talk offline. I have a guy that creates my websites.
Okay. Does he maintain it as well?
He can maintain it for you as well.
Okay.
This is what he does full time. It's great websites and very inexpensive. I think I pay like $50 for mine.
Okay.
Something that people will charge you thousands to $2,000 to do a website for, and he could do whatever you want to do to it.
Okay. I generally do my own. I just didn't know if you had a certain, like if you used Wix, one of those free companies, or
Yeah.
anything like that.
So yes, I use Wix. So this is done by Wix. I actually did this website myself. I just didn't have time to do it again, but I did this one myself. But I have others that I have, like for other things I'm involved in. I went to him and he created it for me for $50 just to save myself time. But he uses Wix and he builds it straight on Wix. You can use Weebly, but I feel as though Wix has more options available to you to customize what you want to do. Weebly, they have more template. So Weebly's mostly for like the beginner. If you just want like a basic website, Weebly is the place to do it because you don't have to customize it as much. They have a template for everything. Wix is just a little bit more for the experienced person. So I use either one of the two, and then I mask um, the address with GoDaddy.com, and that's a monthly payment of like $5 a month or something like that. So it's not saying destinationsreserve.com, Wix.com. It's saying my company, destinationsreserve.com. So I own that address. I own that that website handle.
Okay.
So can't nobody steal it, basically. And I use that GoDaddy.com.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Don't be shy.
How do you, this is Dawn again, Jay. How do you keep your clients maybe organized or whatever when you have that many people coming at you at once for your group cruise?
Good question. Good question. Because I had some boo-boos. I had some boo-boos when I first started. I don't know who I was talking to. I learned from mistake. I haven't done the carnival training, enough like that. I'm the type of person, I just have to do it, and I learn by doing it. So what I've learned over the years, I keep a folder on everybody. So on my website, and this is trial and error, when they make a deposit, they have to fill out an order form. I get a copy of this order form that I print out, I keep in the folder. And they can make the deposit directly to my website through PayPal, right? Once I get the order form, I can also send an invoice through PayPal to remind them of their next payment. That's one way I keep track of everybody. So I keep a paper and I keep track of it on PayPal. PayPal's starting to charge now. I'm giving you a heads up. Boo boo. I learned. They charge 3% of the invoice, 3 to 5% of the invoice, which can be a little costly when you're paying, a $200, $500 invoice. So I personally had to find another way to collect payments because I don't want to charge them extra on what they're currently already paying. Even right now, I just charge it as a service fee, and I just make the invoices a little bit smaller. Or I take payments over the phone. But to answer your question, I print out. You can do a order form like this with Google Docs. So when they fill this out, you actually will get an email of their information, and that's how I keep track of everybody. So I print this out and I make notes on it. Who made their payment, and it has their first and last name and all their information on there, their phone number, their email, all their personal information, and I just make notes on it. When they made their first deposit, what cabin, which is already on the list, and I just jot down a few things on there. So I wish I could show you some of my old, and also in Teletravel have the customer profiles. I usually keep that with that sheet as well because I want to make sure I contact everybody and I talk to them over the phone, answer any questions they may have about the cruise, explain to them, how the process goes, and let them know that I'm actually a real person. Some people I met with in person. I also keep a receipt book because you also want to document everything. So sometimes people don't feel comfortable making a payment online. I've met with a few people and take their payment we'll actually make a call to customer service. They'll take the payment for you, and then I give them a receipt as well. So,
okay,
those are some things I've done, but I've done some boo-boos. Those are the most easy. That's the easiest for me. Everybody's different. You may hear, other people just take payments over the phone and that's it. But I try to accommodate everybody. Some people don't know how to use PayPal. Even you click PayPal, they can put their credit card information in. But some people don't feel comfortable using their credit card online. So, but I felt as though like if you get them in person and you're able to call customer service, because if you call customer service, they can take the payment for you as well. Okay. So I do that. So, but yeah, so I print out a lot of stuff. I keep a lot of papers and folders as well on each client. And not just the cruise. So anytime, like I'm about to book my cousin's anniversary, and my barber's trying to go somewhere. Well, my barber's trying to go back to the same place I booked for his anniversary last year. So I'll just go and I'll pull his folder, see where I sent them, rebook it, and tell him how much it costs. So I keep documents on everybody. I don't keep their credit card information, but I keep notes on everybody. So, good question, though. I learned from my boo-boos. But honestly, that was one of the hardest things I had to learn, or because I'm sort of kind of organized, but I had to learn to get organized when dealing with a lot of people like that. So I did this cruise and also did a bikers cruise for one of the bicycle. I don't want to call them gangs, but the little bicycle groups out here. They wanted to take a cruise, just their whole area or their whatever they're called. They all wanted to go on a cruise together. So I actually went to their clubhouse and I sat down with them and explained to them everything and how the process went. And then, once you sit down with somebody in person and see that you're legit, then you can start taking credit cards over the phone and stuff like that. But sometimes you have to have that one-on-one with them so they can see that you're actually legit. So.
Question, Joy.
Yes, MJ.
Have you ever have you ever booked not destination, an event cruise, not like your vacay or something like that, like a fitness cruise or something like that that's tailored or geared to one particular audience, like you're doing now, with additional amenities on the side. Like, I don't know, maybe you're a bay cruise, you might have, okay, so you're going to do the champagne, a cocktail hour for everybody, but maybe you might have, so how are you going to, I guess I'm trying to figure out what are the different things, like, I don't know, like, are you going to have themes or games throughout the ship, like maybe everybody meet up one day for a particular singles mingle?
Yeah, so that's something I'm gonna add on. That's something I'm gonna add on to later on, just to see how many people I get booked first. If I get a nice booking, I have a couple people that I can reach out to, like planners, that I will give the free. So every time you book 7 cabins, I believe you get a free room.
Okay.
So that's what I use to, kind of bring aboard if I need a party planner, if I need somebody to plan things on the cruise ship, because I'm not going to be there. I'll tell you, I'm just here for the money, So I'm here to plan everything together, but I have a couple people that I work with that are party planners and stuff like that I can reach out to, and they can put stuff like that together. Carnival is open long as your event is done before 7 o'clock. They have meeting rooms and stuff like that for you to rent out. But your event has to be done by a certain time. I don't know if it's 7 or 9, because they usually have their own things going on the cruise. So, but there is flexibility there for you to have your own thing. It just has to end at a certain time because they need that space for something else. But for vacation, I just plugged people into whatever was going on the cruise. So I advertised, their clubs. I talked about their clubs. I talked about the casino. I think that was on there. And they had different lounges and stuff like that I advertised for. So.
Okay.
But yeah, you can go yourself and you can, put together stuff. I just know I wasn't going on a cruise. But yes, there is opportunity for you to have your own separate event outside of what Carnival already has going on. And that just takes a phone call to group bookings on Carnival, and they'll be able to walk you through that process. Group bookings on Carnival is a totally separate line from the customer care number. Good question, though.
Now, Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
I've never booked a cruise before.
Okay.
So when you quote the cruise prices, that doesn't include their airfare. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You have to find that separate? Okay.
You have to find that separate, correct. So the cruise line is its own thing from the airfare. So what you can do, you can look up the airfare for them and put together as a package. You will have to type up an invoice or something, and this looks like an invoice, and send it to them with their airfare and the total of their trip and stuff like that. But that's something that you will have to put together for them.
Okay.
Or you could just send them your website. I'm all about doing things easy.
And have them book their own airfare to get there on time? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Okay. I send them my website and have them book directly to my website, and you ain't got to worry about that.
How do they receive that?
How do they receive?
You telling them to book on my site. I've had a few people, when I say that they can book themselves on my booking engine, I started calling it a booking engine because they just was not understanding this website.
I got you.
And I tell them they could book their own airfare or book something on website. They say, well, what are you for?
Oh, no, they do.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering how they received that.
One, I never had somebody say that to me.
Okay.
But I guess it's all how you introduce it. So I always say, hey, go to my website. Let me know what you see. I have access to other things as well, but go on my website. Let me know if you see anything on there.
Okay.
So I always leave it like an open end, just so if they see something, if they don't see something, I always come back to them and follow up. Well, hey, did you see something on my website? Oh, you didn't. Well, then I'll dig a little bit deeper. But I tell you, I don't waste my time on the small stuff like a hotel, car rental. You can go to my website for that. I go for the big stuff. I like the groups. I like, the girlfriends going on a trip or even the honeymooners. You can make a couple dollars off of that, but anything group is really where the money is. Anytime you have 4 or more people going, that's the stuff that I really spend my time on. And depending on the person's budget and where they're going to for the couple, I spend my time on that as well. Like if they're going to Vegas, I may get involved. But like my cousin's anniversary, she's going to Hawaii. So obviously it's my cousin, so I'm get involved with that. And 2, she has a nice size budget. I mean, she can literally go anywhere in Hawaii with her budget. So I like that. The bigger the budget, the more commission you can make. So,
Jay, you're being drowned out by some sound.
There we go.
Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so I don't, like I said, I don't waste my time on like the hotel and the car rental, like the simple stuff like that. They can go directly to my website, but the money is really in the groups. Anything over 4 people, that's really where the money is. Even when you had 2 people, depending on where they're going in their budget, I may get involved with. For example, like my cousin, she's planning her anniversary to Hawaii. With her budget, she can go any place in Hawaii, and I'm definitely going to get involved with that because the bigger her budget, the more commission I can make. But if they do like a cheap flight, cheap trip to Vegas, they could do that directly from my website. But if they got a group of people going to Vegas, that's when I get involved because there's more money in that. So you'll once you get familiar with everything and get comfortable talking to people about the different options and how to market yourself, how to direct people to your website, and who to handle, who not to handle. Everything is practice. I've done the cheap flights, I've done the cheap hotels, and I felt as though they weren't really worth my time because they could do that all themselves just on your booking engine. So I can tell you exactly where the money is. Either you create yourself a group cruise, or you find some groups going somewhere. That's really where you want to spend your time at, because that gives you the biggest payout. And if it took you a whole month to find a group, I mean, you can make a few $1,000s just off of one booking, one group. And I think that's worth it instead of booking, 10 different small hotel getaways that they could have just went to your website to go. But if you find yourself one good group booking, you can make, a few grand just off of one booking. And to me, that's worth it. But that's just, like I said, learn from my boo-boos. Good question, though. We have any more questions? Any more?
I have a question, Jay.
Who's this?
Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. I was just about to text you back.
Okay, so you gonna deal with that on a personal level, or how you gonna handle that?
Handle what?
That's the question I asked you. I need the links and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm about to send it to you right now.
Okay. All right.
What's your question? What's your question?
No, my question was, I've been focusing on travel. I haven't really been doing the other side of the business, and now I'm really trying to push that now. So I'm gonna need some help.
Okay. Well, we could definitely talk about that offline. I will be in Detroit this Sunday.
Good.
I will be there.
I'm not going anywhere this weekend. Good.
Okay, well, come on out. Bring some folks with you.
Oh
We'll be at the
yeah,
Coney Island in Southfield.
definitely. I will be there.
It starts at the meet and greets at 3:30. Presentation starts at 4. I'm
You
just
said
waiting for the.
Sunday?
Yeah, this Sunday.
Okay.
Me and MJ, she's still on the line. Me and MJ, we coming to kill it. That's my partner. That's why I added her to the group. I don't know. I think he met MJ already, but she's just a sideline partner. She's actually not part of my organization, but I pulled her because we work well together. That's
Hey,
my
y'all.
MJ.
Hello.
That's MJ, the fadeaway. Is one of my sideline partners in Detroit, and I'm working with her, and then I think we want to do some things, some great things. I don't know. I don't know if she
I
want to
do
get
have
Go ahead, come on.
I got a birthday party to go to. My granddaughter's. I'm gonna have to work this out because I need to be there and I need to bring my people
Come on,
with me.
bring your people.
So if I just so happen, I mean, could you handle them for me?
Of course. What type? What?
Okay.
You know I got you.
I'm saying.
You know
No.
I got you.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get them to come out.
You know I got you.
Send me the flyer for it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Crystal to make the flyer for me.
Okay.
But I can send you the information.
That'd be great.
I can definitely send you the information.
Did I miss anything else?
No, we just went over Carnival. I'm finally putting together my singles cruise for next year's spring break. So just people just kind of watch me do it. I'm about to go back and add some things, and I just kind of walk them through the steps of, putting together a group cruise on Carnival. And then what I personally do next, I go where I go to create my flyer. And that's the flyer that I'm going to advertise, and I'm put on my website and advertise my website. So I just kind of walked everybody through that process step by step. But it's recorded. So I'll definitely, once we get off this call, I'll definitely will post it up in the group. And then anybody and everybody can refer to it whenever they have time.
Okay, I'm gonna need to speak with you afterwards because I got a couple of questions.
Come on.
You want me to ask here?
No. We can talk about it. You got my number.
Okay. Yeah.
I got some time before I have a presentation at 10.
At 10.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
But cool. And Nicole, MJ, Nicole. MJ, this is Nicole. I think y'all probably met. Y'all probably crossed paths and didn't know. But Nicole is one of my superstars in Detroit.
What? And I don't know her. Now listen here, Nicole. I need to meet you. I need to see you face to face.
I'm gonna really try to come on Sunday. I need to see you guys on Sunday. Honestly, I just gotta see what time this birthday party. It's a granddaughter of mine, so I really can't miss it. When you got look, I know I don't look like I'm a grandmother, but I am. I can't miss it. So I'm gonna work it out though.
I mean, if you stop by for a couple of
that I need.
Yeah, just come. What time is the party?
Let me look at. Hold on, okay. And I'm gonna see if I can get these people because I got a couple of people that I kind of want to work with. That's what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting for the people that I know that's gonna do some real, work.
Mm-hmm.
So I